Good evening and welcome to a special charity stream on the Old Ways Twitch. We want to thank you for joining us at the top. I am your disembodied narrator, Michael, and I'm here to talk about why we're here tonight, which is to raise money for the Trans Lifeline charity, a very important charity, which a lot of us can do a lot of good, and a lot of us pre-stream already have. So I want to, at the top, thank everyone who has donated ahead of the stream to help us reach the goal. It is super, super, super appreciated. And we love you all very much. Doesn't matter the donation amount. Any is wonderful. I know that many of you have reached out and said that they've prepared for this, seeing the incentives and the rewards that we have brought. But in that vein, I want to get to all of the fun that our players are going to have. And to do that, I'm going to turn table and stream over to Keep Arena and allow them to take you to a different place tonight.
Hey everyone, I'm Keeper Rina. My pronouns are they, them. I'm the head of Mythos for the Old Ways podcast. I'm very excited to be bringing you a new Cthulhu Dark scenario. This scenario has never been played anywhere else. It's exclusive, brand new to this stream. I'm not going to tell you what the title is. We'll come to that later. But I'm very much looking forward to sharing it with this wonderful cast. And I'm going to have them introduce themselves before we get into the game. So we'll start with, to my right, we have Bunny.
Oh, I didn't know I was on your right. I'm sorry. I was immediately
Sorry.
confused. Hi, I'm a bunny. My name is Millie or BunnyHearted. My hoedam pronouns are she and her or they and them. I'm a professional internet bunny. And today I'm playing Mustang Marcy Marino, who I'm very excited to introduce to all of you. I was hoping to get like the time to model an entire motorcycle for this character, but it turns out moving is a lot of work. So motorcycle to be announced.
Mm-hmm. And next up is
Hi, I'm Morgan, and I am playing Zephyr Bloom. Our pronouns are she, her, and I am an Old Ways podcast cast member, and I'm super excited to be here and making money for Trans Lifeline and ready to do this.
And last but never least,
Hey, this is Nate, game runner storyteller for all manner of weird and creepy tales. I will be playing Elba Ferraro, mechanic, as part of this wild time that we are about to go on. I also play Elliot Winters in the Delta Green Impossible Landscapes campaign on the Old Ways, play other mischief making and run other mischief making campaigns and stories in other places as well. And I'm your friend Nate on the Discords if you want some of that real-time mischief as well. I'm ready if you are, Rena.
are any of us ever truly ready? That is the question. All right. So before we start with our story proper, I'd like to do a quick rundown on the rules of Cthulhu Dark for those of you who may be unfamiliar with the system. And it's just good to have a refresher in general. Luckily, it is a rules light game, so it'll be fairly easy to get through. This is a game by Graham Walmsley, a rules light Cthulhu horror game. And so the important thing up front, number one, the most important rule: do not fight the mythos. If you fight the mythos, you die horribly. Do not throw a frisbee at the king in yellow. Do not attempt to dive bomb a Shoggoth. None of those things. It will not end well for you. Think creatively, do other things, but do not fight the mythos. That is the number one rule. And so we're going to start off there. The second rule, all about your dice. You're going to have 3d6. Those are the only dice you roll in this game. Your first die is called your human die. That is what you roll whenever you're doing something that is humanly capable. So you're going to talk to an NPC. You just want to get some general information about where Sarah went. Roll your human die to see what information you get. You can add your profession die, which is your second die. This is when you are doing something that is related to your job. So Elba over here is a mechanic. So if he's trying to fix a tire or work to get a car started when there's a fault in the engine, then he would roll his human die and his profession die. He gets 2 die. Your third die is your insight die. This is what you roll when there's something horrible happening, and maybe your minds might be expanded. Everybody starts at 1 insight, and as you roll, you're going to be rolling against that insight score. So when it comes to numbers, a 1 to a 3, you get something. It's not a complete success. You get something out of it. There's never a complete failure in Cthulhu Dark. On a 4, you get exactly what you asked for. You're talking to the NPC. You want to know where Sarah went. Sarah went over there. She went into that building. On a 5, you get what you asked for plus a bit more. Sarah went over there. She was walking with Eli, and they were having a bit of an argument. On a 6, you get more than you bargained for. So the NPC tells you Sarah went over there having an argument with Eli, but as this NPC is talking, you notice that what the words they're saying don't match their mouth movements. They're out of sync. It's almost like they're speaking at a much slower speed than the words that they're saying. Something is off here, and you will make an insight roll. If your insight is higher than what you're currently at, so if you start at a 1, you roll a 2, you go up to 2. So bad things happen on 6s. You'll get really good things, but then something horrible can potentially happen to you. So keep an eye on those 6s. When it comes to your insight, the important thing is once you hit 6, you become an NPC. Either you die or I take over your character horribly and make them do things. Depending on how fast it happens in the game, you might become a GM directed NPC. We'll see what happens there. When you hit 5, you can destroy evidence so that you don't hit 6. If you're in a building, you come across some evidence like a tome, for example, that takes you up to 5. You can burn the tome and try and reduce your insight. If that happens in the game, I will remind you when you hit 5, hey, you can do this. So just keep that in mind. So the important thing with Cthulhu Dark is it's talking, it's heavy on the role play, and you want to really focus on those details. Last thing, well, second to last thing, the only time I will ever roll is when I'm rolling against you. Other players can also roll against you. This is not the character stepping in, so it's not, say, Mustang deciding that Zephyr's going to trip and fall and sticks out her leg. This is fate, the universe saying not today. And you can roll against each other. If your roll is higher, or if my roll is higher, if I'm rolling against you because I think it's funny, then I win and a bad thing happens to you, or you just don't succeed in what you're doing. Please do not try to roll against each other every single roll because that will bog things down very fast. But whenever it's fun, entertaining, or a very tense moment, please feel free to do so. I certainly will. The last thing is the concept of pushing the roll. I highly encourage pushing the roll. If you don't get exactly what you want, you don't get everything you're looking for, you roll a 1, you're trying to talk to this NPC or you're trying to read this tome, you're not getting the information you want, you can elect to push the roll by adding your insight die. So you take that creepy die, roll them both, and if the insight die is the higher one, something creepy happens and you have the chance to go up in insight. So whenever you push the roll, you're challenging the universe to push your mind a bit, to increase the things that could happen to you. So you have a chance of success, but you also have a chance of something bad happening. So keep those in mind. If you need refresher on the rules as we go, never hesitate to ask, but those are the basics of Cthulhu Dark. I'm very much looking forward to seeing where this goes. All right, are we ready to begin? All right.
I think so. Thank you for the overview.
It is a warm 9 a.m. on a Saturday in June, modern day. It is the day of the annual Pride Parade for the fictional city of Auburn. You are a bit surprised at how hot it is already. You were hoping to have a couple of hours at least of maybe a little bit of cloud cover or at least a breeze or something before starting off. But by the time you're starting to line up and get ready for the Pride Parade, it is already going to be a scorcher. The sun is beating down on you. People are lavishly applying sunscreen. You see several people who have gotten that glitter-filled sunscreen that they're wiping all over themselves, so they sparkle while also being protected against the sun. And people are lining up in their sections. So you have about 80 different sections, different groups that are marching in the Pride Parade this year. And you each have your own section. But you've still got about an hour before the parade starts. So you've agreed to meet up with a mutual friend. You were all on the Pride Organization Committee this year, and you met this person, and you got along really well. Maybe you've known them for a little while. Maybe you've been on the Pride Parade Committee a couple years now. Maybe it's your first time, but you know this person. And you've decided to meet up at the organization tent with them briefly for coffee. Uh, this is Giselle Periwinkle, who is a drag queen who also works with the SPCA. And she's going to bring you all coffee, and you can have a quick chat and make sure everything's running smoothly before you go to your various sections in the parade. So I'm going to have you introduce your characters as you come up outside the organization tent. I'd like you to remind us of their name, what they look like, and tell us what they do in Pride. Where are they marching today, and what is their role in the Pride Parade? And we'll go in introduction order. So we'll start with Bunny.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So I am playing Mustang Marcy Marina, conveniently choosing a name kind of similar to my own. So my ears will perk up if someone says Marcy. I'll be like, that's kind of close. Maybe that's me. She's wearing big old super cool sunglasses. She's wearing a leather jacket. She is showing up on the biggest, stonkiest microphone you've ever seen, or motorcycle you've ever seen, covered in pride. That's right. She's riding a microphone into the parade, covered in pride flags. I mean, she's part of the organizing team for the Dykes on Bikes and or Diesel Dykes part of the parade. She likes to give out snacks. She's got a big old satchel full of snacks and stuff like that. And she likes to help with security. She's got really fluffy brown hair. She's a white woman, and she's probably about 40.
Excellent. And next to arrive is
Me. I'm next to arrive. Woohoo! Well, Zephyr walks in. She is probably about 27, 28 years old. She's got like curly blonde hair, big blue eyes, probably about 5'6", 5'7". She's wearing a dinosaur shirt and some capris, some tan capris. She's got sparkles on her face. She's got a tattoo. She's got a water bottle or three strapped around her. By day, she is a kindergarten teacher at one of the local schools here in Auburn, and she is the one that's organizing all the gender sexuality alliances at all the schools to come march in the parade. So each of the schools has one of these groups, and it's a safe place for kids to come and talk about who they are or what journey they're on in regards to their gender and sexuality. And so everybody, 5th grade on up, who's part of these groups, is coming, and she's arranging all the schools. So she's having to hand out water bottles and make sure kids' shoes are tied because they're going to forget and trip on them. She's just being a kindergarten teacher. So she's just like bopping along. She might have some glasses on top of her head. And she walks into the tent.
And the last to arrive, he usually is the last to arrive at these meetings, I think.
I'm very busy. I got a lot going on. Elba Ferrara. Elba is about 5'2", 5'3", stands proud at 5'2", 5'3", short cut, salt and pepper hair, very short cut, close to the skull. Wearing my mechanic's outfit and my classic costume for June, which is I've strapped a bandolier on, and it is filled with all manner of WD-40 cans, different sizes, different shapes, different flavors. Not that that's advertised, but they all have different flavors. Like over the different years, they sometimes change, but also different purposes. That I think it's the emollients they use or something like that. But yeah, going as the lubricator. Which is my classic. But my role, I drive one of the float cars, but my role is really to help all the other mechanized vehicles. I work at a garage. I've been working at a garage in town all my life. My dad owned it. My mom, on her mom's side, she was a main transmission puller. So just very much been a wrench my entire existence And what I love is getting involved, doing my drive, and also those little tiny cars. We got a few of those in the parade, and man, they break down so often, so that keeps me busy as well. But I'm going to walk in. I'm already eating a egg and cheese biscuit because I get hungry. I stopped on the way in, but I'm going to find the group and sit down and everyone's all right. Gigi, oh, good to see you all. Has anyone got any coffee yet? Or already frazzled and overly energetic for the morning. Also sweating profusely because I just don't deal with the heat.
We stand a short king. All right. So you have all made your way over to, you're just outside the organizer's tent where they check people in and give them directions on where they're supposed to stand for their section of the march. You're near the main street and you see each other. You meet up. You eat your biscuit, Elba. Giselle's not here. And you wait 10 minutes. Giselle's a very punctual person. She says it's very rare for a drag queen, but she's always on time. And you wait, you chat, people are arriving. You see the SPCA group going off to their section. Giselle's not with them. She's supposed to be helping with getting the little costumes on the dogs who'd be marching in the parade, and you don't see her over there. She's not here.
Well, that's for Zephyr. You talked to Gigi this morning? Marcy, you hear from Gigi? Gigi's never
No,
late.
not at all.
I'm too busy playing with the dogs. What? What? Like,
Maybe she broke a heel.
Maybe. We got Giselle's number, maybe? Or text her?
Yeah, you would have Giselle's number. You've become friends at this point. You've probably gone to see a couple of her shows, and you've also been working together on the organizing of the parade. So it's definitely reasonable for y'all to have her number.
You said the dogs walked by. Were the dogs in costume? Because I know Giselle's really usually. Zeph, isn't that what Giselle does? She does the costumes, or is that you? One of you, someone does these costumes for the dogs. Is that you or is that Giselle?
I don't take care of no costumes.
Oh, so were the dogs in costume when they walked by?
They weren't. You saw someone carrying a few costumes and looking a bit frazzled, but you don't see Giselle with her basket of all the little costumes that she carries, and the dogs are all natural.
Well, this is very weird. I do not know where Giselle has gone.
Well, good day, mate. We'll just have to go take a mosey around this place and go look for her. Maybe there'll be some dingoes around here.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. I can maybe talk to some of my colleagues, see if they have seen anything with this Giselle, if there's a mystery. Marcy, is there any possibility that you have folks in your bicycle club that could maybe take a look too? I'm worried about Giselle. She's a delicate
Yeah,
thing.
I'll text around. I'm always. I just have to say, you both have such a delightful way of speaking. It's always such a pleasure hanging out with you. Also, I've got an in-character check-in, actually. So, Elba, Marcy is also a mechanic slash welder. Do we work together? Are we
Oh,
awkward coworkers?
I think that would be very good.
I think that'd be very good too.
Everybody,
Okay, awesome. That's official. That's official.
Mhm.
My hand tracking is exploding, but I'm dramatically official. Whoa, it's upside down. Official gesturing. There we go. There we go.
Standing.
So I'm sorry, what are we doing? Do we have time to stop by the Barbie before we go? I just totally switched to a southern accent for that. I just, random.
Get two accent
I'm not
switches
sure
for
that
the price of one.
accents legally need to be consistent. It's the more chaos, the more better, maybe. I do think that Marcy is going to text a bunch of other cool bikers to see if they have seen her.
Okay. So you send the text. Are this mostly to people who are riding in the parade with you? Would
Yeah,
that be
absolutely.
Okay. All right. So give me a human roll.
Sure.
See what you get back.
Dun, dun, dun. I rolled a 2.
Okay. So it seems like most of the people you're texting are probably getting ready, checking their bikes out. They're also probably chatting and being boisterous. You do get one text message back from Annie. And Annie says that she hasn't seen Giselle around. Said it's unmistakable the sound of their heels, and she has not heard them.
I got nothing. So are y'all.
Very curious. She would never miss this event. This is a favorite event of hers. But the show must go on. We have a parade.
But don't you think we should find Gigi?
This thing starts in Keeper. How long does this? Is we like an hour?
About this point, it's about half an hour or less because you've been waiting around for her for a bit now. You're gonna have to get to your sections, get everybody set up. You're driving Elba, so you need to be in the car in a few minutes, the part of the float in a few minutes.
Zephyr, we cannot delay forever. We have this to do, and also Giselle, you have met her. She is not made of sugar. She can take care of herself.
Yeah, I understand. Hey, Tommy, get in line right now. I know where your mother works.
That's so threatening. So you're gonna get back into your sections for the parade. Does anybody try texting or calling Giselle?
Oh yeah, I've texted her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you all text her. Do you have a group chat or do you just text individually? Or do you make a group chat for this?
I don't know.
I think group chats are more fun.
Okay. So you have a group chat. Maybe you set it up just for one of you sets it up on WhatsApp for texting her. And there's no responses. She doesn't pick up the phone. She doesn't even leave you on read. It is just on delivered.
See that later. Maybe she has become busy with some other thing within this parade. There are many moving parts.
Does she
we
have
have our own work.
on? Oh, sorry, Elba. Short king.
Oh yes. Get the little map with the little peoples in them.
Yes.
Does she have her location turned on?
Mm-hmm. She's sharing.
She does not. She does not. It's very, very strange, and you're feeling a little uncomfortable. But maybe she's just somewhere else in the parade, or maybe she's stuck in traffic and is on her way and can't answer her phone. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to my spot.
The show must go on.
The show must go on, indeed. So you all get to your specific sections. And Zephyr, there's a bunch of kids who are marching with you. You have to kind of corral them because some of them are, especially the younger, like preteens and early teens, are very rowdy. And they do not have enough sunscreen. They did not bring enough water, and they're just all over the place. They're very excited, though. They're extremely excited. They've got a lot of energy and enthusiasm, and they're really thrilled to be here.
Yeah, I start slapping the glitter sunscreen on them that I brought with me because I brought extra tubes just in case. And I'm sitting there talking. Listen, Daenerys, you need to make sure you have some of that glitter the sunscreen all over your face. You know your mama and daddy won't like you to be. Yeah, I know what they named you after. It's fine.
Yeah, Daenerys is one of the more rambunctious children, but they are very they stand still long enough for you to slap some sunscreen on their face, and then they run off twirling one of those pride streamers around them, and yelling Dracarys, which they should not know, but they do at this age. So Marcy Mustang, you go back to the bikes. Everyone's getting revved up, literally revved up. There's a lot of energy and just power, and everyone's cheering already. Behind you is one of the high school groups, the cheerleaders, the all gender cheerleaders, who are playing "Let's Get This Party Started" by Pink. and are already starting to do some flips and tricks, and you got the bikes revving up in front, and you're going to be out in the front of this gang.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
And it's just infectious, this atmosphere, and it's so loud. It is so loud. There's a reason the music group is by the Dykes on Bikes, because y'all are so loud. No, the other groups want to be able to hear by the end of the parade, so they bookend you with groups that are playing loud music. So it's just a cacophony out here. And Elba, you're in the second float in the lineup. The first float has this is the 50th anniversary of Auburn Pride, so the first float has all the grand marshals that are still alive, that are up in this front float, getting ready to wave to people and just being very enthusiastic. And you are driving one of the floats for one of the drag queen coalitions. These are the performers from the Emerald Lounge, who are going to be standing up here. And you are getting the engine revved up and double checking everything, making sure there's no last minute tweaks that need doing. And it's a little weird that your friend isn't here, but she'd be back with the dogs anyway, not up on this float this year. So, but you feel a little something as you're watching all the drag queens get situated up on this float.
I'm shooting Giselle texts every so often, not checking in, just, oh, and this is what's happening now. Oh, Emerald Coalition, you should see their dresses. And oh, this is, the music is so loud, I can hardly hear myself think, oh, the 50th anniversary float has like 40 people on it, one for each year. I can't believe they're still around. And just sort of making myself feel better by sending out these messages as things are happening. In a bridge to live stream of the parade.
You send these text messages, and there's no indication she even reads them. But it does make you feel a little bit better. Like if she is stuck in traffic somewhere, she'll at least get these updates and not completely miss out on everything. But feeling a bit unsettled, you get into the vehicle and get ready to drive as the parade starts. And you hear the DJ and the MCs over the microphones, over the speakers that have been set up all along this main street. You're going to be marching down and around the main street, going all the way down to the town hall at the end, then turning left, and then turning left again, and then the parade will end. So it will take a little while, though, because there's 80 different groups marching, and some of them are fairly large groups. And they'll be stopping every so often so that the cheerleaders can perform for about 30 seconds and then moving on. So it'll take a bit in this swelteringly hot day, but you're excited. You see the furries are out and probably dying already as they're lining the streets. And there's the drag queens who are sweating in their glitter everywhere. The drag kings, some of them in leather. The leather daddies contingent looks a bit uncomfortable, but they're not going to give up on this particular day. It is an atmosphere full of enthusiasm and excitement and joy and just freedom to be here. As you're about to get started, Elba, one of the marshals comes up to you and says, just be careful. The God Against Gays guys are out here again.
Jody, not those guys. Why do they have to bother folks having just a great time? Okay. I got something for him if I see him, and I just pat a oversized can of WD-40, which is all I have on me.
They laugh. Says, yeah, I know. You'd think a group with a complete lack of self-awareness naming themselves GAG would just learn to give up, but here we are. So just keep an eye out, be aware of all of that, and have a great time, okay?
Absolutely. And you know how to get me if anyone has any trouble out there, anything breaks down, anyone needs any. I'm worried about those furries too. If any of them, I mean, they should have circulators inside. If they don't, if they need any help, batteries go out, anything like that, send them over to me. I'll just help. I'll help out whatever I can.
You got it, Elba. and they give you a little salute and they rush off to let security know. Mustang, you get the same notifications as you occasionally help with security after the parade ends. You help keep an eye on the booths and the vendors
Mhm.
and make sure everything's okay. Jody comes running to you and just says, "Hey, the gag guys are here again."
Well, I'll be sure to burn a little extra rubber so they can, choke on it.
I know you will. I'm not expecting any trouble. They didn't do too much last year other than shout slogans at us, but just in case. And
Well, fingers crossed. That's all it is this time.
and you can start to hear Zephyr. You can hear some chants coming from behind people lining the street. Um, you can hear people chanting something, and they're getting drowned out by other people chanting louder. We're queer, we're here, we will not disappear. And just louder and louder and louder until you can't hear this other group anymore, which is good because you don't want the kids hearing the things that they're saying. That is the only sort of dark mark against this day at the moment. But they get drowned out, and you're able to pick up and start the parade. And so you hear the MC say, "Let's go, Auburn." And the floats start off moving down the street very, very slowly. Elba, you see small kids in tutus and glitter and little unicorn horns who are waving very enthusiastically at you. There's people wearing free mom hugs t-shirts and free dad hugs, free sibling hugs. You even see someone with a free grandma hug standing on a corner who leans over and gives a hug to a teenager who comes running up to her. And it's incredible. As your trucks and your floats are moving down the street, and you hear the music and the people cheering and laughing and the MCs calling out all the different groups that are going by, I'd like you to make me a human roll.
All of us?
Just you.
Good. It's a 6.
Oh, fantastic. I love this for you. Okay. So, Elba, you're looking out the window. You're occasionally waving to people because the float's moving so slowly that that you have time to wave, and sometimes a kid will run up and try to give you a high five. You love that. It's a feature of the parade for you. But you look out the window and you see there's an older man who's wearing very, very tight holographic silver pants and a harness and nothing else. And you smile at him, and then you see standing next to him is Giselle. But she's got this look of absolute horror on her face, wide-eyed, jaw open. She looks more terrified than you've ever seen a person look in your entire life. And she's looking directly at you. And then she reaches out towards you, but her hand reaches through this older man's shoulder as if he wasn't there. And you just see her arm stretch through him and reach out towards you as you make me an insight roll.
That's a 4.
Okay, so your insight goes up to 2. You startle. You can't help it. Seeing this terrified form of your friend reaching through this man. And you blink and she's no longer there.
Oh, I'm going to grab my water bottle, take a big gulp. Hydration is key. Maybe the old gentleman in the silver pants, though. I can see he's still there.
He's still there.
Just
He's
yourself.
cheering and dancing.
Zephyr's behind me.
Zephyr's a couple groups behind you.
So I text Zephyr real quick. Gentleman on the left in the silver hot pants. Take a good look. I thought I saw Giselle. And then I erase it because I'm like, I don't want Zephyr to see that if that's what I saw. And I put the phone down.
You put the phone down. You look back. You swear just for a moment you see her there. She's wearing jeans and a low-cut tank top and her favorite blonde wig, just reaching out towards you with this horrified expression.
This can't be. I'm going to grab the phone. I'm going to call her voice. And then I'm going to watch what I think I'm seeing as that phone rings.
Phone rings and she doesn't react, just reaches, and then she's gone.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I checked the candy. I've been throwing like little candies, little covered jellies out. I double check, make sure that I actually did bring the right bag of those, not the wrong bag of those real fast because I've been snacking on them as well. Verify, no, these are just the normal AIM brand from the grocery store that I expected. And blink, shake my head. Get in the game, Alba. Get in the game. Okay. You're just worried about your friend. You're just worried about you. Just carry on.
Carry on, get back to waving, tossing candies to the kids, and maybe it's the heat, right? It's warm in here. It's fine. It's fine. You'll be fine. Giselle's fine. And you keep going. The parade continues on for about 20 minutes. Zephyr, you're marching a couple groups behind the floats. You're right behind the Marine Biology Conservation Center, so they're carrying their plushies of their otters and manatees and things, and the kids keep getting distracted by the plushies, and you have to kind of corral them to keep them in place, especially some of the younger kids who want to rush out and high five everybody. But you and some of the parents are doing a fairly good job of things. And I'd like you to give me a human roll.
Got a 4?
4. As you're marching and you see Elba's float pulling a little bit further away, you stop. Your group stops so that the kids can wave, and then the group that's behind you, the dance troupe, can do a minute or so of a performance for the crowd here. You look off to the side and you see Giselle. She's sitting under a tree. Her arms are wrapped around her knees, and she's sobbing and sobbing. And no one seems to notice this crying woman under a tree along the side of the street. And she looks up at you, and she's got mascara running down her face. And it looks like she's saying something. She's looking directly at you. And then she disappears.
Yeah, I blink. See, maybe I'm overheating.
Yeah, maybe it's the sun. There's nobody sitting there now.
I look at one of the parents next to me. Did you see anybody under the tree over there?
I no, I mean, I wasn't really paying attention. Hey, Tommy, get back in line.
Damn it, Tommy. Troublemaker. I text Giselle's picture out to the group chat with all the parents in it for organizing the parade. Just to kind of while we're walking, just say if you see this person, can you let me know? We are, some friends and I are looking for.
You get a bunch of thumbs up emojis. Daenerys comes running around waving the streamer again. She's running circles around your whole group with waving the streamer.
Daenerys, honey, you need to get back in line, or I'm going to have you sit down. Okay? No, Philip, you need to no, you are over there with the rest of the 7th graders. No, don't bro me, okay? We don't have time for that.
And he looks at you and goes, "Pride was a riot, bro," and runs off back to his group. So you keep
Smart
marching.
kids.
Yes, the kids are all right. You go back to marching, and you can't help but look side to side as you're going. Like, yeah, you're keeping an eye on the kids, but is Giselle here? Is she upset? Is there something wrong? Did you see her?
Marcy's probably not really super attentive to text messages while riding a motorcycle. Even slowly, she's got to go back and forth dramatically as much as she can and make as much of a sting as she can. So she's probably not going to get it until later.
I'm super attentive to text messages because I've been sending them nonstop. I'm going to give Zeph a call, a voice call, because I have to do a goddamn voice. Because I've been instructed. So ring, ring.
Do you answer your phone while marching, Zephyr? Do you let it go to voicemail?
Yeah, I do. I put it on, like up against the ear. Hello? It's like kids are yelling
It's hard
the
to hear.
music. Yeah.
Oh, Zeph. You saw Giselle too? I saw Giselle. She's sitting over by a tree, right? And I swear to God, she's like a ghost, and her arms stretched out for like a half mile, or maybe a hectare, or a Quidditch field, or whatever I would say if I was up in the Irish hills where I come from. Oh, I swear I nearly shite my pants, right? But then she just disappeared. What did you see, Zephyr, darling, love? What did it look like to you?
I'm sorry, can you say that all again? Because I was too busy laughing internally, but no.
Oh, Zephyr, dear, did you see Giselle? Because I just saw... No, I'm not going to do it all again. Are you kidding me?
I don't have any good leprechaun names for you. I did. She was crying. Did you see her?
Oh, and I saw her. She's all shocked and terrified. It's like she's afraid of the entire world. Just the most agonizing look of horror on her face. She was crying when you saw her. Steph, are you still there? I can't hear you. Hello? I know it's loud. Oh.
It's the luck of the Irish. That's all I want.
Oh, it's not luck. It's not luck, love. Whatever this is that I saw, it's the worst. It's the worst shit ever.
Yeah, Oh, but we need to find Giselle. She doesn't look well. Hopefully, somebody's. I heard the chanting from the gag folks.
Those fuckers. Yes, them.
The children.
How can you do an Irish accent without swearing? It's impossible.
You can swear. It's fine.
Oh, good. All right.
We're a mature show.
So hot.
Yeah, Well, if you see her again, can you send me a text?
Zephyr, I don't think you're hearing what I said.
What?
What I saw wasn't Giselle. It was like a spirit.
Did you have your special candy before coming to the
I
parade?
double checked right after because my first thought is, oh shit, I brought the special candy instead of the Starbuck and the stars. But it's not. It was like a ghost. It was like a wailing banshee, screaming out horror and terror from the edges of this parade. Zephyr, I'm telling you.
Are you telling him I'm walking here? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's inappropriate, Zephyr.
Okay,
Proud of
maybe
my
we should meet
Irish
up.
heritage.
Maybe we should meet up.
Okay.
I'm gonna get one of the parents to take care of the kids.
Double time
Daenerys,
Marcy.
get back here, honey.
Hear it from Marcy.
And yeah, Marcy's on a motorcycle. Is she gonna answer the phone?
Hopefully not. That's not safe, is it?
I mean, they are going like 2 miles an hour. It's
Right,
like pedaling a tricycle at this point.
double
Good
time.
point.
Up here, love. We can talk about this face to face, and take more than 5 minutes, because then I can go back to my voice.
Okay, I'm gonna call Marcy. I'm gonna call Marcy. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Marcy, your phone's vibrating in your pocket.
You know what? She's going slow. She's at the very least going to try to surreptitiously check it.
Mm-hmm. You're getting a phone call from Zephyr.
Okay, that is probably important. I think. What's the best way to answer a phone while kind of riding a motorcycle in a way that appears safe to a crowd?
You have a Bluetooth that could go under your hair?
Sure, yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
To put in like an AirPod equivalent that's off-brand and not an AirPods. And then we'll say, hello, can you hear me over all of the things?
Yeah. Marcy?
Yeah?
Yeah, Marcy. Darlene, Giselle, have you seen her? I just saw her. She was crying. Have you seen her?
Oh no, I haven't seen her at all. But if she's crying, then I hope that she's okay.
Well, I saw her crying next to the tree on John Street. Insert name here. Whatever. And she looked great, but she looked terrible. Her makeup was running down her face. And then Elba said she looked really, I think Elba's on some edibles, so just yeah.
Beep boop. Boppy bop bop beep boop boop. Boppy boppy boop 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 boop. Boppy vroom, vroom. Boppy boppy. Beep bop. Beep boop bop. Beep boop boop boop. Beep bop beep boop.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think we should meet there.
Boppy boppy boop bop boppy boppy boop 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 bop beep boop boop.
Yeah, so let's go meet over by the beads tent in 10 minutes. I'm gonna have one of the parents like take care of the kids.
Beep boop boppy boop beep boop boop boppy boom.
Yeah, perfect. I'm gonna shoot Elba a
Beep
text.
beep boop 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 boop. Beep boppy boop boop boop. Beep boop
Hey,
boop beep boop. Boppy by boop boop boop.
Okay, well you you be boop.
Holy shit! 5 minutes.
Yourself down the road. All right. Am I translating correctly? I'm not sure.
Beep boop.
Okay,
Boppy boppy boop boop boop.
I understand. Okay. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Can you just get me some purple beads? Because I'm missing some of that from my look. Thank you.
Boppy boppy boo boo.
Okay. All right, bye now. Kisses. All right. I hang up and I text Elba to meet us by the beads tent. Well, the beads and feathers tent, because there's gotta be one. That's what I would do.
Yes, there very much is. All right. So you make it through the rest of the parade. It's a good time, but you're feeling still that kind of unsettled gnawing in the back of your brain, Elba. Like what you saw, you couldn't possibly have seen it, but you can't get that image out of your mind. It's just, it's there. And so, Elba, you get to the end of the parade first because you're up at the front. So you make the left turn, wave at more people, and then make that final left turn into a side street where everyone can calm down, disembark, head off, do whatever it is they're supposed to be doing. And you park the Emerald Lounge float and you get out sweating profusely, shaken a little bit still. You help the drag queens and kings get off the float. A couple of them are older. There's one who's got to be about 80 years old, and she's still wearing high heels and fishnets and this marvelous little blue number. And she gets off as you gets off the float as you take her hand and help her down. And she looks at you and gives you a cheeky little smile and says, "Hello, handsome."
Well, hello there, darling. You look amazing.
Mm. And she does a little shimmy, says, uh, "Of course I do, dear. Poppycox never loses a chance to turn a look."
You make sure you hydrate. We got the water station over there. Prepare for the after party. Don't go in. You probably know better than me, but it's hot out here. It's so hot. Make sure you get some water in you. And I'm sort of rudely scanning the crowd. I'm looking for Zephyr. I'm looking for Mustang, but trying to engage with this wonderful woman as much as I
Yeah.
can. But I'm racing. My head's racing. I gotta go talk to Zephyr and see if Mustang maybe saw Giselle as well.
She leans in and she pats your hand and says, "I can see you have something to do, you handsome young man. But be careful out there. You don't know what's out there. But as long as we stick together, we'll be okay."
Thank you, love. Thank you. Now this is a great parade, and my heart's full from everything that we just went through. All this community, all this love. It's a great day.
Community's what we have. Keep those close to you close. Never let them go. And she clasps your hand and she very carefully saunters off. Literally saunters. It's amazing how she walks, being as old as she is. She's not even using a cane or anything, and she's got chunky heels, but still heels, and she walks off. And the rest of you make your way through the parade. Elba, you head off to the meeting point. You should be looking over the floats, but you're a little too unsettled right now. You've got this meeting with Zephyr and Marcy. And so you head down towards the vendors. Zephyr, you're shortly behind Elba. The couple groups in front of you finish up. You get the kids off to their parents because you can't just leave them there. And you head off. Marcy, it takes another 20 minutes before your group comes through, but you rev your way through. And you get to the end of the parade. Say goodbye to your friends. You'll meet up with them for drinks later, whatever it is you tend to do
Beep,
after
boppy, boppy, boo,
of the
boo.
parade. Mm-hmm. And you go down towards the vendor section of the street, where all the vendors have set up their tents and everything. And the three of you meet outside this massive tent that has all kinds of feathers and trims and all sorts of marvelously wonderful things. And the world around you begins to change.
Fantastic. So we're about to encounter
You're
ads.
muted, Mike.
Sorry. It's good to be muted. So we're going to encounter some ads, but before we do, we want to take just 60 seconds before we do and talk about what we are raising money for tonight, and that is Trans Lifeline. And I'm going to ask BunnyHearted to give us a 60-second overview, if she would.
Sure, I will try to not talk in beeps and boops or really, really fast for this. But Trans Lifeline is a really amazing by trans people for trans people peer support organization. They provide crisis support and micro grants for trans, two-spirited, and gender nonconforming folks across the United States and Canada. I mean, I feel like organizations like Trans Lifeline are critically needed right now. And as a crisis worker myself, a couple things I really love about Trans Lifeline are that you're unlikely to reach out for help and to encounter someone there who doesn't know what a trans person is or is transphobic. So it's much safer than other organizations for trans people. and that they don't have the duty to report that comes with a lot of federal grants. So that means if you call them, there's no chance that they're going to immediately send the police to your place to break down your door, which is especially alarming if you're, a marginalized person while you're trying to reach out for help. That does mean, though, that they're reliant on community supports and folks like you to keep the lights on because they're ineligible for those kind of federal grants. Hopefully, that was 60 seconds.
It was
I feel like I
perfect.
skipped over a bunch of things.
No, we'll get a
They're really
chance.
rad. I really like them. I'm proud to have been supporting them for a long time, and I have referred a lot of people to them, and it always seems to go very well. Real big fan.
So what we're going to do now is go to break. So we'll give the players and keeper a few minutes off, and then they'll be back for the next scene. So take care, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Righty. Welcome back. So we appreciate you sticking through break. I mean, how could you not with this cast and the craziness that has already gotten up to? So we're back raising money for Trans Lifeline, a beautiful and wonderful charity that we all believe very strongly in. I am your narrator this evening, Michael, and I have a couple of things I want to sort of announce as part of this. So sometimes some people make some donations and we want to draw attention to them because they're super amazing. Not that all the donations aren't, but these specifically. So before the show, people came in and donated, and we got some great backer support. We got some folks who stepped up to the plate big time for Trans Lifeline, like our buddy and pal RQ Stefan, who went and is picking the next one shot that the show is going to run. So we want to thank him directly for his donation. $300 is a lot to give to charity. We super appreciate it. And then Nathan Pitty, another amazing friend of the show, has bought my game. So I'll be running a game, whatever game that Nathan decides that we're going to play. So I get to run it for him. That'll be tons of fun. And we also had our friend and compatriot in show creation arms, Skip, the Commodore, as we know him in chat. Skip stepped up and he has purchased Keeper Rina's game. So those have been purchased, and we will commence here shortly. But you can help out as well. So even if you have not a single dollar to spare, you can share the message of what Trans Lifeline does, and you can encourage people who can donate to do that. And it's just another way that you can help out the cause. So we encourage you to do that through your social media platforms. Let people know that there are people out there that are there to help, and they're cool people and they can help. And that's what we want. So we're going to help them keep the lights on, as BunnyHearted had mentioned before. We're going to help them keep the lights on. And let's go. We're at $950 now. Out of $1,250 was our goal. So we're $300 away from being able to reach and fill the bar. And so I'm going to turn the table then back to Keep Arena and have at it. Oh, one thing before I go. Morgan, we'd like to make sure you're speaking in that upper class, posh, Victorian accent that has been purchased for you. So do enjoy that, dear.
And here we go. We'll see how a Victorian lady is going to react to what's happening to you right now. Because as the three of you approach each other at this tent full of feathers and glitter and all sorts of delightful accoutrements, the world around you changes. You start to see cracks forming in the world, like glass being shattered, running through. You can see the glass pieces breaking off from one of the tents, and then the people, you see an arm from one of the furries just sort of falling off to the ground, and there's darkness behind it, just pieces of glass shattering the world around you. The world is breaking. And you all make me an insight roll. Okay, so Elba got a 3, so he's now up to 3. Zephyr got a 4.
I got a 6.
Oh, okay. So house rule, when you roll a 6 on an insight roll, something even worse happens to you. Something even worse happens to you, and you have the chance to go up yet another time. You'll make a second insight roll as something else happens.
Keeper, I hate to tell you this.
Mustang, you look at this world that's shattering around you, these pieces of glass flying off, breaking.
Keeper,
piece. Yes.
I apologize for interrupting you, but your narrator needs to tell you that you've been forced to re-roll.
Not me, Marcy.
Marcy has been forced to re-roll.
Okay, fantastic.
All right. Let's do it. I rolled a 5.
Hopefully not another 6. Okay, so you're not going to have a chance to go up again. So your insight is only going to go up by 1. So the apparently the viewers want to keep you around a little bit longer. So thank you,
Those
viewers, for that.
fools. They don't know what they've unlocked.
But how do you all react as the world is starting to shatter into glass pieces around you?
Confused. I mean, this is the first weird thing Marcy's seen today, other
Hmm.
than someone missing. She hasn't seen ghosts or anything. I think her immediate response would be to assume that she is, to put it lightly, high out of her goddamn mind. And so she's gonna go ask if these two are seeing this, which would come out like not in beep boop format of, you two seeing this?
Things breaking up. We got to get inside. The person's arm came off, but it shattered. Yeah, I'm seeing this. What's going on? Saw something weird earlier too. Something in the air. A gas leak or something. Maybe. Oh my God, poisoned? We even poisoned?
Well, I've spent so long trying to feel less, and I can't speak in a British accent, so you're gonna just get what you get.
And I'm not
I'm,
going to pitch a fit.
and I'm just trying to be the woman that society expects me to be. But now, now the world is cracking. And did you say that guy's arm fell off?
Yeah, it's not there anymore. It melted away. Let's
You
get inside.
all look
Out of
you
here.
all
Let's get
look
it.
back at it. You look back at the breaking vista in front of you, and you see Giselle's face looking back. There's fractures running through it, like she's looking at you through a broken mirror. And you see her screaming, and then everything explodes in a shower of glass. You duck, covering your face, and the world is returned to normal. You see the furry walking past in his costume. There's people milling about. You still hear the remnants of the end of the parade off to the end of the road. Everything's normal again.
Oh, beautiful world, you're back to normal. Oh, where is Lord Featherington at?
Where indeed.
I think he was on the third float actually.
Maybe that's where we should take ourselves. Also. But we need to find Giselle. I grow
Did you
more
two
worried.
just see her almost reflected? Were you two always like this?
Nappity crackle, pop in the distance. The vista shattered into a million pieces. It was
I've traveled
Giselle's.
dimensions. That's what's happening. I'm in a different reality. I'm the normal one here.
Are you,
She's gonna pull a tire iron from her satchel and put it up her sleeve.
you're a traveler too.
Why are you breathing so hard? Oh, I do know that a
Just her
fire is
voice.
slow to burn. Your eyes are so blue, Elba. I just could stare at them for hours. Oh,
Naughty,
I think I might
naughty.
faint.
Don't fall into my eyes. We need to fall into Giselle's.
So, do we go to her house? Since she was under a tree. Are trees still real? Do they still exist?
Looking around, is it still shattered, or was that a vision that has been put
It,
back completely?
everything's back. Everything's completely back together as if it never happened.
Looks normal. It looks normal to me again. But you're seeing the same thing? Zephyr, Mustang, it looks normal to you as well. We can't trust what we're seeing anymore. I think we've been drugged, gassed,
I think we've been drugged too. Probably
attacked.
those gag bucks.
And we're still at the feathers and beads tent. Yeah. I lean over to one of the people working. I'm not a woman of many words. And the words I do have, I am afraid they are not very good. But have you seen her? And my chest is heaving because that's what they do. They do. I don't
Suddenly
have.
inexplicably
Your
wearing a
bosom.
corset
Oh,
and
I'm
struggling to
sorry, my
breathe.
bosom.
Yes.
Your bosom is heaving.
I'm
Yes.
suddenly wearing a corset. Have you seen her? This is Giselle.
I know her. I've seen her perform a few times, but I haven't seen her around today.
Okay.
See, I think
So we're going
you're
to
right.
her house then,
Yeah,
right?
I like your
I
idea.
think
Let's-
Marcy's just going to grab the two of them by their shoulders and start dragging them towards public transportation, which is clearly what we should be taking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, while you're all tripping out, you should be on a public bus. That's for sure.
I mean, better than driving.
True. True. All right. So you have her address. You've been to her house before for coffee or to meet up to talk about things. Like it's not hard to get to. It's about 20-25 minutes by bus. So you get on the bus and you head down towards this little suburb, nice area. Giselle in her day job is a lawyer, and she can afford to live well. Um, you've had some conversations with Giselle before. You know she about why she's involved with Pride. You know that she had a trans sister. You know that she herself is a lesbian. She's very passionate about everything that she does. Well, she calls herself a lesbian. She is very passionate about everything that she does, and she threw herself into organizing the Pride Parade very, very heavily. So you get to her house. You have to walk a little bit from the bus stop to get there. There's a large pride flag outside. There's the gay men's flag and the lesbian flag outside. And you make your way up to the door, and you see there's a ring camera that's watching you as you go up. You knock on the door, and you knock, and you knock. And then you hear from inside, "Who is it? Is it really you?
It's us.
Really, who?
It's really
It's
us.
us.
It's us.
Can you
It's your
prove it?
friends.
Can you prove it?"
I
Uh,
slide my license under the door.
right, that's smart.
And you hear multiple locks unlocking. This is a bit strange because you've only known her to have one lock and one of those little chains on the door before, but you definitely hear multiple locks going. It takes a minute. And the door opens and you see Giselle. She's got half a face of makeup on, but it's running. So the mascara is run, the lipstick is smudged. She's not wearing a wig. She's wearing a t-shirt and a pair of ratty jeans. She doesn't look anything like what you saw, Elba, or what you saw, Zephyr, earlier, um, other than the smudged makeup. And she's looking at you wide-eyed in terror. Like, no, wait. She looks over her shoulder down the hallway, looks back. "I don't know if you should come in." It might get you.
Oh, what is going
It,
on?
it might get us.
It might get you. Keeping it.
Gonna let that tire iron slide a little bit out from her sleeve. What might get us?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. And she's looking past you, and then she looks back down behind her towards the hallway. And her hands are shaking. Like she can barely hold on to the door handle. Her hands are shaking so badly.
Would you rather come outside? We could talk out here. We could go to a coffee shop. We were worried about you.
It might follow me, but I can try.
If someone's following you, a public place might be the right place to go.
It's not a someone.
Mm.
But she steps out of the house and closes the door. And then she opens the door and she looks down the hallway and then slowly creaks the door shut. She's barefoot. She's not wearing any shoes or anything. She's barely gotten herself together. Makeup still running down her face, but she closes the door, her hands still shaking. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. Okay. Okay. What's today? What is today?
It's Pride.
Oh no. It's been that long. I missed it. But maybe that's better. No, I didn't want to take it there. And she puts her hand up to her temples and rubs her temples and okay. Where do you want to go?
Just gonna whisper to these two. Didn't you say that you saw her there? Oh, and there's a coffee shop down the street. We'll get you some food.
Whisper back. Yeah, but she didn't look like this. She looked, well, she was dressed normal. I saw her terrified. Zephyr saw her, I think, crying, but she wasn't this.
Can she like hear us talking about her right in front of her?
Yeah, we're like not doing great whispering.
Yeah, she's looking at you. You saw me? Oh no. I've been here, but they've been there. And, oh no. We should go.
Did you say there's coffee down the street? Oh, that's still a southern accent. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you only got one of them apparently.
Really? I just got just one. But I can do I'm walking here. That's like it. That's like my, I'm from Boston.
You just gotta expand that like a to like every single
Hey, I'm
vowel.
walking here.
New
The
York
coffee.
or whatever.
New York.
Which is, to be honest, how I think every American sounds. But
Yeah. Is there coffee down the street?
There's Ren's down the street. Her hands are still shaking badly. I don't think I can drive. We can walk.
do you
We
need
got
shoes?
She looks down at her feet. Oh,
You know, it's Pride. I can be your shoes. Do you want to piggyback?
like Yoda?
Like Yoda.
Okay.
Teach me your Jedi mind tricks and whatever is happening on our way to get ready to scoop her up.
Did you see the sharks at the new aquarium?
She looks at you like you've lost your mind. And she accepts the ride. Her feet are looking a little blistered, like she's been walking maybe a lot in her bare feet. And you can give me a human roll, Mustang.
Sure. Human roll. It's a 3.
3? Okay. There's a bit of blood on her feet, like she's been cut a little bit. Maybe she just stepped on something. That's it. It's nothing major.
I mean, I'm sure she's just in need of some food and coffee and everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine.
Even if I've traveled dimensions or whatever. Then these two now talk totally differently and the universe melted. There's coffee still, allegedly.
Allegedly. But who knows? The coffee could be just something else with the name coffee. You never know.
If that is the case, Marcy will probably throw a motorcycle into a coffee shop.
Perfect. All right. So you all head down the street in the direction of Ren's. You've picked up coffee there before. You've met Giselle there. You know where you're going. As you're walking, you see Giselle walking down the street in the opposite direction. She's wearing high heels and a tight little dress and a brown wig piled up high, full glam makeup. And she looks at you and she points and she laughs. And she gives this little smirk. And she just keeps walking in the other direction.
Well,
That's probably
bonjour, mon
bad.
ami. Bonjour.
And you just see her sauntering away as the Giselle you're holding on to, Marcy, lets out a little cry. And then the other Giselle disappears like she was never there.
I'm going insane.
Yeah, that sounds like an insight roll to me.
For everybody?
Shoot.
Or for Marcy?
Well, this is the first time that Marcy is seeing another Giselle like fully properly, so this is going to be a Marcy roll.
Also, just to check in, how many dice am I rolling on an insight roll?
Just one, just your
Just the
insight
one.
die.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, then unfortunately, I have a 6 again.
The
Cool.
universe just
I love
wants that
this
to
for
happen.
me.
So your insight is currently at 3.
Lovely.
And as this other Giselle disappears, you see these cracks forming in the world around her, Marcy. The house that she was walking in front of cracks. And then you see the sky beginning to shatter. The other two of you don't see this, only Marcy sees this. There's a bird that you see flying from one cracked piece of glass into another cracked piece of glass, flying through it. And you see yourself looking back at you through this shattered glass as you make me another insight roll.
Oh, good God. Fucking hell.
Did you get another
5,
6?
not a 6.
Oh.
It's a 5, but that still doesn't
Okay.
seem good.
You're up to 4 now. So keep that in mind. You're losing your grip on reality, whatever reality may be, as you've had this vision, and then the glass melds itself back together. It ripples, and everything is fine.
Let's see. Are
We're
you
inside.
okay? You're looking pale and very sick. Is everything okay with you?
For the items on the display case in the cafe, coffee had better be real. The case is broken. The croissants might fall out.
I-
Coffee?
Everything looks fine over in the case. What have you seen? Did you see something else? We have been seeing crazy things. Have you seen something else?
The world just shattered again. And now you sound different again.
This is just me voice.
I'm stumbling between realities, I think.
Zephyr, did the world shatter for you?
Why, no, mon ami, it did not.
Everything is very the same and as it was before for us, Mustang. What is going on?
I can't answer that. Is coffee still real?
You can
That
certainly
it's a
hope.
drink? That it fixes all of your problems?
I want to drink this drink. Yes.
Great. Giselle, did you see that?
I saw me, her. And then she goes quiet.
Keeper, did all of us see the other Giselle or did only
You did.
Okay.
You all saw the other Giselle. You didn't see the shattering, but you saw
Yeah,
the other
well,
Giselle.
Giselle, though, I hate to ask, but did you not see the person across the street a second ago? Did you see her? I think it was the person we saw in the parade.
It's me.
Saw it. You saw the person.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw her. Oh, I never should have left the house. I shouldn't have left the house. Oh,
This is parallel dimension, like Mustang has been saying. Have we traveled?
I don't think so. And Giselle is very much not her normal sassy, snarky self. She just seems wiped.
Are you the same person? You and that other Giselle look alike.
Maybe. I don't know. Coffee.
Yes, yes.
Coffee makes everything better.
Let us get the drinks.
So you make your way into the coffee shop and they give you a strange look, Mustang, because you're carrying Giselle in on your back, Yoda style.
She's covered in pride flags. This is okay.
Mm. They just kind of go, oh, okay. And you set Giselle down in a chair. You get your coffees, pastries, whatever it is you want. Maybe a breakfast sandwich for Giselle, who looks like she hasn't eaten for a couple days. And to your relief, Marcy, it does seem that coffee is the same in this universe. If you are indeed in a different universe, coffee is still universal.
It's the
And just
quantum constant, the being.
yes, it is the anchor reality is coffee. So Giselle wraps her hands around the cup, warming her hands, and then the egg muffin is set in front of her and she devours it, like almost inhales it as if she's suddenly realizing that she's hungry now. Just takes it and shoves it in her mouth. Oh, and she's looking around while she's chewing down on this egg sandwich, looking around, looking, checking, checking the roof, looking back at the baristas, looking everywhere.
Giselle, you must tell us what is happening because we are now caught up into it as well. Whatever is happening to you is happening to all of us.
I, uh, oh no, I'm sorry. I'm And she seems to be getting more control of herself back now that she's had some coffee and has eaten something and she's sitting here at a place that isn't her house. I'm I didn't think it would affect anybody else. I didn't know. I thought it was just me. I uh, I'm sorry.
Just
What
do not be sorry. We are your friends. We're here. We're here to help now. We are a team.
what have you been seeing?
Why you? As Zephyr drinks her French press coffee. What you were running around, and Zephyr pulls out a cigarette and starts smoking like out of thin air, and was wearing a beret now, has some suspenders on. I mean, yeah.
Ma'am, no smoking in here.
Americans throws it, throws it out the door.
Marcy, I'm starting to see the weirdness that you are seeing with our friend Zephyr.
Okay. So you've been seeing me. Okay.
Shattering of the universe is going on as well. Cracks like glass and seeing your face in this shattered landscape.
It was like I watched the other you walk through a breaking mirror. And then I appeared on the other side. And these two were different, but coffee is still real. So everything is okay.
You saw yourself there? Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. That's that's and she puts her hand over her chest for a moment like she can't breathe. Uh I, I thought it was just me. I Okay. Okay. We have to fix this. I thought I could keep it in the house. I thought if I locked it up, if I stayed in the house and I locked the doors and kept everything in, it wouldn't be able to go anywhere. It's fine, but it's not fine. And we all stare at Nate.
He's just taken Elba's just taken the biggest gulp of coffee and is going to need 5 to 10 seconds to compose himself.
Yeah, I'm okay, Giselle. It'll be okay. Here, have some of this lavender lotion on your hands. It'll be fine. I just pull it out of my my uh my my fanny pack.
All right. She takes it and takes a deep breath and all right. So, and she looks off to the side. She looks a bit embarrassed, like she doesn't know how to start.
Bertie, 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 Bertie.
You know what? That's honestly a really good question. So how did all of this begin?
She wipes her eyes and takes another long sip of her coffee to give herself a moment. I found I found this book. Okay? It was about going back in time. You could you could go back and fix something or change something or whatever it was, just for a few minutes. It's not like Sound of Thunder kind of thing, but you could change things. And I didn't think it was real. Of course, time travel and all of that sort of nonsense, but it just kind of stuck in my brain. I dreamed about it and kept thinking about it, and I couldn't get away from it. And I thought Well, what could it hurt to try, right? And so I tried. And I guess I did it wrong.
Dirty, 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 changey.
But what
Oh,
exactly did go wrong? Yeah.
I don't know. I got distracted when I was doing I guess you'd call it a ritual or something, maybe. I got distracted and I wasn't focusing enough or something. And I broke.
You broke?
I was, I could see her. I could see her. And I was reaching out to her, and it was like the world broke around me. Everything shattered into a million pieces, and I could feel myself shattering, breaking, splintering. And she was gone, and I was back, but I felt wrong. And then it was still there, and it was broken, and it followed me. I left the house. I I tried to go to work, and it was there. I tried to I tried to leave, and I'd see it out my car window. So I thought if I stayed in the house with it, I thought it would go away, or at least it wouldn't bother anybody else. It couldn't leave without me. But now you're saying it's out there. Maybe it stayed out there because I took it out, and now it's here.
When you say the dirty, the earthy, what is the earthy that they eat it? The eat?
I'm not really
It
sure hats are relevant, but I do appreciate the fashion advice. I do think the reflection version could have used better hats, but do you think there's a way
Exactly.
for us to stop it?
I I don't know. I It's going to break the world, isn't it? If it's out, if you're seeing it. I thought I was just trying to help. I didn't think it would. And she just trails off, staring into the distance.
So where did this happen again, Giselle?
At home,
In your house? Oh, well, then maybe we should go there next.
but
Maybe
then
read
you'll
through
be
the
there
book.
with it.
Should we should we flow chart this? Flow chart our next steps? That's what I do with the kids at school. We flow chart our day.
Mind map.
Right. We need a fishbone diagram. Oh, I teach
Step
kindergartners.
1, read spooky book. Step 2, perform spooky ritual.
Step 4, profit.
Yes.
Mhm.
Wait, we have to do a
We'll figure
ritual?
out 3 as we go.
I don't know what we have to do. I haven't touched it since I tried it because I was scared and I thought I would only make things worse. And I thought maybe I should ask for help, but I was too scared to.
Maybe you did, just in a weird way.
And she looks up at you and she startles backwards. And Marcy and Elba, you're sitting facing her with your back to the cafe. Zephyr, you're sitting next to her, and you see the cracks beginning to form. Barista's head just kind of slides off. This piece of glass, it drops. You hear it shatter. All of you hear it shatter, and the cracks are growing, growing, and growing.
That sounds bad behind me.
Yep, you hear that behind you.
What? Do I need to roll insight?
Yes.
The world's cracking. Right?
Mm.
Can I use
And
my activation, or actually my human die to also, or no, just insight?
you don't need your human die because you're not trying to
But
do anything. You're
okay,
just rolling against seeing something horrifying.
well I got a 1, so my insight stays at 2.
Mm. Yeah,
You
you
want me
saw
to?
this earlier.
Me too, or just?
Only if you turn around to look at it when you hear the glass shattering.
Oh, absolutely. How could you not? But I rolled a 2, which is under
So
my
you're fine. Yep, you're fine at the moment.
world shatters. It's old hat by now.
Marcy, do you turn to look or do you stay looking at Giselle?
Definitely going to stay looking at Giselle at this point because she is
Mm-hmm.
more worried about her and what she's going to do when reacting to whatever this is. And she doesn't want to look at anything weird anymore and have these two change their voices and end up in like double Quebec or something.
Double Quebec. Oh no, not double Quebec. All right. So Giselle now is pulling her knees up to her chest, and she's, "It's here. It's back. I shouldn't have left the house. I shouldn't have left the house." And you see the cracks spreading throughout this coffee shop. And I'm going to actually make a roll just to see what happens to somebody, which somebody it's going to happen to. Okay, Elba. The cracks begin to spread behind you. And you see in the cracks yourself reaching out towards you with a curious, like, interested look on his face, just reaching out through the glass.
It's me. Is it how I'm dressed right now? Me?
Yeah,
Identical me?
identical you.
Doesn't seem threatening. Seems curious.
Seems curious.
The Giselle that I saw was horrifying. I just rolled under my insight.
Mm-hmm.
Reach my hand out.
Okay.
I want to shake my own hand.
Not something many people get to do. You reach out, and Zephyr, you see Elba turning and reaching out. You don't see what he's reaching towards. But Elba, you touch your own hand. You feel your fingers pushing through the glass. It's cold and unfriendly, but you
Oh,
shake your hand and you feel yourself explode into a million pieces as you shatter. And you feel the world around you splinter. The rest of you see Elba shake, and you see him pushing through one of these broken pieces. You see his hand going through the broken piece, and his whole body begins to shake.
Is he
And
reaching
Nate,
through me? Oh, I'm sorry.
not through you, he's turned around, he's
He
pushing
turned
through the
around.
glass.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Nate, you're going to get a message in Discord from me.
yay.
Are the other two of you doing anything?
Yeah, like, is his hand
Just
starting to
staring
bleed? Oh, go ahead, Millie.
real hard into her coffee.
Wait,
All right. So
his arm
you.
bleeding?
No, his arm's not bleeding at all.
It's just going through the glass. Weird.
And then he pulls his arm back and he looks like he's seen a ghost. And Elba, you're going to make me an insight roll.
Just insight, one die.
Just insight.
I guess it's a good time for a 6, isn't it?
So you go up to 4
Mhm.
and you have the potential to go up. So you look back at yourself in this shattered reality and you look around and you see yourself in every little piece of glass. Some are screaming, some are crying, some are yelling, some are laughing, and they're all looking directly at you. So make me that second insight roll.
It's a 5.
So you're up to 5 now.
Mhm.
Your grasp on reality is tenuous. And you can, and remember, you can destroy evidence to try and reduce your insight. You don't have to do it right now. But if you can think of a way to try and break something, destroy something, reduce something so that you can bring your insight down, you are more than welcome to.
I mean, it feels pretty obvious and straightforward. The next thing that I would do after this happening is pick up my ceramic diner coffee mug and break that plate glass window in front of me for real, as that is the thing that I just saw supposedly shatter. And I don't know if that'll break my insight down, but it will make me feel better. And so that's what I do.
Okay. So you turn around to that plate glass window and you throw your coffee mug through it. You see your face looking back at you through it, and then another face, and then another face. And I'd like you to roll that insight roll to see if you can reduce.
So I rolled another 5.
So you stay at 5.
So I stay at 5. Did I want to roll under that or
You
over
want
it?
to roll under. Yeah.
Shoot. Okay. Well, but at least I broke a big window and it made a loud noise.
Mm-hmm.
That's some progress.
All right. So the rest of you look around as Elba suddenly breaks the glass. You hear more glass shattering, glass everywhere. And Giselle is now screaming. And you blink, and the world has come back together.
Did you see them all? You saw them all? I saw all of me. Everyone. I'm looking at Zephyr. I'm looking at Mustang. I'm looking at Giselle. I'm looking for recognition in their faces.
Mustang
All
is
that.
just really loudly slurping her coffee.
Yeah, why were you? What? Your hand looked like it was going through glass.
Did. And they were all, they, it was so many me's and they were all looking at me. And they were all different. They were like the different Giselles that we've been seeing. You
So
didn't
do you?
see it?
No. No. Is that just coffee you're drinking? I mean, it was weird the glass thing, but
And I look up, is this glass broken? Did I actually break it?
Yeah, you actually broke the window. And now the barista is running towards you with a very angry look on their face.
now
That's
look
what
what you did.
I'm going to bolt.
What?
I'm going to run out of
The
the coffee shop and I'm going to run back towards Giselle's house.
Okay. Elba just takes off running. doesn't even stop to say anything to you. He just bolts.
Yeah, I throw a 20 on the table and we should probably go after him. I don't think he's feeling well,
We
other than
probably
breaking
should.
glass.
Gonna
I mean,
really
okay.
awkwardly hand the barista like a business card with their contact information on it. We'll figure out this window. Happy Pride. And then she's gonna bolt after as well.
And Giselle follows, limping a bit. And you see Elba running down as fast as he can go. He's a very fast man. Uh, he spends a lot of time on
Tom
his
Cruise
feet.
run. Tom
Yeah,
Cruise run is going.
and he runs around the corner out of sight. And you see Elba coming down the other side of the street towards you, wearing a tank top and a pair of shorts, and just looking at you with this wide smile. And I think that's a great time to take a break. What do you think, Mike?
Well, as your
I think our mysterious voice in the sky might be unable to respond to them.
no,
But
Oh,
I
no.
think we're on time for
certainly can respond. Certainly can respond.
that.
I know,
Yes.
right? I don't.
Hello, mysterious sky voice.
Thank you. So yes, we're going to take a few minutes of break. But before we do, we want to reiterate our message and let people know who we're raising money for. We're raising money for Trans Lifeline, an amazing charity tonight. And so many of you have been so generous. And so we wanted to thank you, all of you, one and all, who have been having fun with the cast and making them do so many strange things. There are so many interesting rewards left as well. Exclusive games. There is a reward out there that allows you to pick the game that we play next. So one was already picked up today. There is still yet another one out there. And for those of you who might be fans of, say, Les Mis, there are rewards which would have our cast members singing. And so I will let you think on that as we go to break. If I can request a little bit more deeper insight into Trans Lifeline from BunnyHearted, I will do so to reiterate that message as we go along. I will say you have you have 90 seconds.
Of 90 seconds. Okay. So I'm going to be even more on the ball this time. I'm going to put a link to their about section in the Twitch chat. If you are unfamiliar, Trans Lifeline is an organization I think is really amazing. They are a crisis support organization. They also do micro grants for trans, two-spirit, and gender nonconforming folks across the US and Canada. They are by trans people for trans people. So unlike other crisis lines, that means that if you are, a queer, trans, two-spirited, or gender nonconforming person who is looking for support, who is looking for community, or who is in crisis, if you call them, you're going to get someone who, at least on some level, understands your experience. And that lowers so many barriers to support that people will experience at other organizations. And as a crisis support worker, I can say that this has been a barrier. There have been people who've tried to call only at times that they know that I'm available. And that is, I mean, it's both really, really lovely to be able to do that, but it's such a barrier that I'm the only person with that experience at that organization that I worked for. Also, a key part about Trans Lifeline is that they don't do the duty to report thing, where if you call them and you're in crisis, some crisis organizations are legally required, and it's written into the grants that they get federally to call the police on you. And that is, of course, a huge risk if you're a marginalized person, like, for example, a trans person. And so they don't do that. But what that means is that they're really reliant on community and grassroots support and fundraising because they're ineligible for those kind of grants that other crisis lines can support. So that's why these kind of charity events are so incredibly important. I don't know if that was 90 seconds. I put a clock in front of me last time. I didn't this time.
It is fantastic. It's fantastic. So we are going to go to break now. Thank you very much. And we'll take 5, and then the players will return with their keeper for more fun.
Dun. Or wait, dun bun. Wait, I could have done that so much better. Okay.
Maybe next time.
Next time.
Welcome back, one and all, to a game of Cthulhu Dark, which very shortly could completely unravel. I hope you're all enjoying the show. We're enjoying having you in chat here live. And for those of you watching the replay, hopefully you enjoy the event as well. And the link to Trans Lifeline and the charity that you can donate to will be in the video description. So make sure that you, if you do, can pass a few dollars their way to help them keep the lights on. Now that we're back to our story, we are likely in the last section of it. And so, for all of you who may have been holding out for, say, a specific climactic event, we want to make sure that you get what you need and get your money's worth. So, with that, I will hand the stream back over to Keeper Rina. Enjoy.
So, Mustang and Zephyr, you've come face to face with Elba, wearing a tank top and shorts, and a rather interesting smile on his face.
Can we still see the other one, or
No,
is this the only one we're seeing right
he's
now?
turned the corner, headed towards Giselle's house.
What other one? I'm right here. Hi,
Uh,
Mustang.
Hi,
Zephyr.
it's good to see you. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Like, is this Elba wearing a totally different outfit than
Yep.
the oth- How'd you change so fast, Elba?
It's hot out, Zephyr. I just had to get out of that old skin and into this new one.
Can I tell this isn't our Elba?
I don't know.
Yeah, can I roll my human and
Yeah.
insight die?
Can I roll against Zephyr?
You can absolutely roll against her.
Rude. So I'm gonna roll my human and my insight.
Okay.
I didn't roll great, so.
Well, I got a 1 on my human, but
Oh, I rolled better than that. Oh.
But a 6 on my insight.
Okay, so you have the sudden horrible clarity that this is not your Elba. This is something else. And because you rolled a 6 on your insight, you're going to roll your insight for me.
I got a 6 again.
Okay, so your insight goes up by 1. What are you at?
4.
4?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So you look deep into this Elba's eyes. Elba, what do you say that shakes Zephyr to her core?
Oop, I lied, Keeper. I'm sorry. I'm actually at a 3.
Okay,
Striking on my
you're at 3. Okay,
I am. Sorry.
go ahead.
You know, Zephyr, you're really molding all those kids into just a wonderful little mass for all of us to enjoy. You're doing a great job, Zephyr. Really proud of you. I wish there was 10 more of you like out there doing the same thing. 'Cause we're hungry.
And that's when you make a second insight roll, Zephyr, for that 6.
I got a 2.
Okay, so you stay at 3.
Oh, just for clarification, Keeper,
Mhm.
when I rolled my insight and my human die and I get a 6
Mhm.
on that, does my insight go up by 1 then too?
No, that's when you roll for insight
Insight because it
afterward.
went
Yeah.
to the 6. Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Mhm.
Just making sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Mhm. So this other Elba is staring directly at you. Giselle is hiding behind you, Marcy, at this point, which is hard to do. She's a big woman.
Well, I think we must go on back to the house to get this spooky book and picture a mouse. Come on with me, you dorks, because it's pride and stuff. And then she's gonna go.
Are we suddenly in a
I have to
singing
sing very
episode?
quietly because my wife is trying to sleep, but we'll see how it goes. This is how I've always talked, you dork. Boop on the nose.
Yeah, but that's not Elba. I'm gonna just slide or like circle around Elba's like in a big circle, you know, like Elba's got cooties because
All right, Zephyr. I'll catch you real soon.
don't you finger gun at me, Elba.
He disappears.
Ah! Do I have to roll my
Not
insight again?
Do you think you need to roll insight?
Did he disappear right in front of me?
Yes.
Yeah, I totally.
Okay. I'm never going to say no to a player directed insight roll.
Nope, I'm still at 3.
Okay. You're holding on to it. This is fine. This is fine. This is totally fine. Mustang is singing now. Elba was creepy. Elba's not here. Giselle is now moving as fast as she can in the direction of her house. This is totally fine. Elba, you have made it to the house just ahead of the others who got stopped. You don't know this, but they've been stopped a little bit further back. And you make it to the house and you suddenly realize you are here alone.
I don't see him back, but you know what? They're gonna follow.
I
This
mean,
is where we
you
were
might
all
hear us
going.
approaching
And
with
there's
song.
there's a sound in the distance. Yeah, something's going on back there. But I don't care because I have a thing to destroy. Because all I can now remember is Giselle talking about that book. And I've decided when she was saying it was doing this, it was the book. So I gotta find this book. And I
Gotta
gotta
find the book.
destroy it. I gotta
Hmm.
get rid of these other me's because they don't mean any good for me. So I'm gonna try the door, and that doesn't work. I'm gonna try and break it open.
Okay. She did lock the door behind her. So if you're trying to break down the door, give me a human roll. And if you can figure out a way to bring your profession into it, I might allow it.
Can I pull out the crescent ridge or the spanner if Zephyr, prefers that more British term for a wrench and use that to help pry open the door at the
Good.
doorknob? Yes. I'm gonna
Sure.
sort of jam that in and try and lever it open. I roll let me see, a 3 and a 2, which I guess doesn't matter because there's not an insight. But 3 for human, 2 for my profession.
Okay. So you do manage to get the door open, but you do break the door in the process. Like things crack, the door handle comes flying off. It's really difficult, and it's going to take you some time to break it open with a 3 being your highest, because there are multiple locks on this door now. But you do manage to break it open just as you hear someone come singing up the road behind you.
Sorry, one sec.
Marcy.
Can I hear what they're saying?
Oh yeah.
I mean, inevitably, she has to be singing. It's just who she is as a person, right?
At this moment.
So I guess in this case, I'm now taking requests from our chat internally here. So how do I angle this one into? I guess like, where have all the good books gone, and where is all the glass? Where's the spooky ritual that kicks these mere fiends' ass? Isn't there a white knight upon a fiery steed? And I forget the rest of the lyrics of the song, but I dream of what I need. I don't entirely recall how that goes, but I did just hear that we just hit our goal. Hey y'all. Hey
Hell yeah.
y'all. Holy shit. Holy shit. Thank you so much for making us sing ridiculous things and also support this really amazing cause. It rules.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate you, and we'll see how far we get, and we'll see how far these chuckle fucks get. So it's looking interesting right now with Elba breaking into Giselle's house. Giselle's like, I've got to keep. Oh, okay. And then she looks behind her, and she just keeps going towards the house. So you see Marcy, Zephyr, and Giselle coming up to the house. Marcy is singing inexplicably.
She needs a hero.
We've got to destroy this book. If I've opened this, I'm just going to disappear into the house.
You open the door and you disappear into the house. It is dark. All the lights have been turned off. You can see that it's a one-story house, but you've entered into this little hallway. There's a living room kind of thing with no door off to your side. There's several doors down the hallway. It turns off to the right, opens up into what looks like a large kitchen off to the side. But there's something at the end of the hallway.
I'm leaving the door wide open.
Okay.
I want that sunlight to come in. And I will wait for my friends.
Probably a good idea. So you all come up to the house to see that Elba has forced the door open.
Is this other elbow with us too?
No, he disappeared.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because and I'm completely sane because it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Totally fine.
Totally fine. Elbow, what are you doing? We don't break into people's houses.
Here, there's something in here. We need to do it together.
We probably should read the book, not destroy it, in case we trap them here with us.
What happened
Maybe
when
there's
it?
some way to reverse this thing. I don't
That's
know.
how
It seems kind of
Giselle read
sus.
it.
Sorry, I'm still like this a little.
Giselle read it, and this is what's happened. We gotta destroy it.
What's
Keep,
the book called?
Keeper. I'd like to mention that in chat, a hand of fate has been played for Nate, in the positive, it seems. So, if something happens to Nate's character along the way, you are free to make it beneficial.
Ooh, interesting.
Take that however you like.
Hand of fate. Ooh.
Maybe I should rush down the hall and just start swinging. Now that the keeper has been put into a little box that I have the key.
Oh, you'd like to think that, wouldn't you? So what do you all do?
I pull out my mace out of my oh my god, I can't think. Out of my hipster bag.
Fanny pack.
I think is finally fully lower that tire iron in her hands. But she's gonna reach for the book.
You don't see the book yet. You're just at the front of the door.
Oh right, okay.
No one's gone inside.
I thought Elba was holding it out to us, and she'll go inside.
Stay. Look, down the hall. Do you see that? Is that a thing? Is that a person?
There's a shifting now that the door's open and all the light is coming in from outside, there's a shifting mass of lines and angles around this mirror, this full length mirror at the end of the hallway. And it's shifting and it's twisting, and you can't quite make out what the shapes are because the angles are just so impossible. They make your brain hurt. You can't bear to look at it. It hurts so much. And so Marcy and Zephyr are going to make me insight rolls. But Elba, this looks fine to you.
You know, what is a person, really? I rolled a 2.
All right.
Ba-dum-bum, bum,
Rolled a
bum,
6.
ba-dum-bum.
You that's that's what your third or fourth six on insight
I
rolls, Morgan.
know. I know. Hang on, let me quick make a donation to force a reroll.
You can't do that for yourself. That goes against the spirit of things. All right. So your insight has gone up to 4. You
Yes.
look at this tangled mass of intricate fracture lines. That's the only way you can describe it. And you start to see yourself, Zephyr, looking back. But it's the parts of you you don't like. You see your angry self, the self you have to keep contained when the kids are just acting up in the classroom and they won't shut up and your head hurts and they're sprinkling paper everywhere, and Jimmy has tried to cut Diane's hair yet again with the blunted scissors, and it's ugh, and you see your anger radiating out of one shard of this twisting line of glass, and then you see your depths of sorrow, sobbing, tears, weeping, heartbreaking whenever you hear something on the news, whenever one of your kids comes to you crying because some other kid won't use their chosen name. All of the things that hurt you, you see staring back at you. You see all of these facets of things of you that you can't stand to look at. And you give me that second insight roll. Don't roll a 6, please.
Rolled a 2.
Okay. You take a deep breath, you center yourself. You still have these shifting massive lines, Elba. You can see right through them with your positive hand of fate. They don't bother you. You can see beyond to the rooms beyond. You can see that mirror beyond with a splash of blood across it. You can get through this. It won't hurt you.
I don't even notice it. I'm just gonna walk through. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know, just so hot. Everything's wrong today, but I'm just gonna walk past it then, searching for the book, maybe in the right or the left room.
Okay. Left or right, choose one.
Mm, left is always right. So I choose left, to be clear.
You choose left. All right. You walk through this tangle of lines. You don't even see them. Mustang and Zephyr, you see Elba just walking through this as if nothing was there. And he turns left, and Elba, you come face to face with yourself.
This asshole again.
And he looks at you.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And I'm gonna back up and back back the hallway I just walked up, slowly get some distance between this doppelganger.
So you walk back into the hallway, and Zephyr and Mustang, you see another Elba come walking out of the bedroom, and he's leading a horse. Just slowly walking. You hear the clip clop of the feet on the wooden floors. And he's got this placid look on his face.
The one in the shorts and the tank top.
No, this is a different one. This one's wearing overalls and a plaid shirt.
What color is the horse?
Brown. Put a horse in a scene, and Morgan's just immediately wants to know everything about the horse. Like, this is the equivalent of walking into a tavern and there's some horrible monstrosity in there, but there's also a peasant sitting off to the side drinking a beer, and everyone wants to go talk to the peasant drinking the beer.
I flirt with the peasant.
I pet the cat.
Wait, there's a cat? Wait.
I mean, I was holding out hope for being the horse from the song. The hero one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah. So this other elbow walks out with a horse.
I reach out to touch the horse. See if it's real.
It's going to
You walk
try the
forward.
other room.
You walk forward through that tangle of lines.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You walk forward and you feel this coldness going through your bodies. It's almost like you're being dissected, split into pieces. And you walk forward, and Zephyr, you put out your hand and you touch the horse. And it wickers at you. And the other Elba turns his head and looks at you. What does he say, Elba?
You want to ride my horse? Just hop on. We can go on a little journey. A little adventure. You look like a horse girl. Come on. Just hop on.
Oh, yes, I am.
And I'll lace my
Yeehaw.
fingers and get ready to help Zephyr up.
I try not to look at this other Elba. I nicker back at the horse and I keep on walking.
Oh,
Hey!
he's at the end of the hallway in front of this large mirror, so you can't walk past him. You can turn and go into the other room across from
Oh,
him,
okay.
or
Yeah,
you can go into one of the other rooms along the hallways, but you can't like just
I
straight
can't
walk
go.
past him unless you want to try walking into the mirror, which is always a possibility.
No, it's not. Yeah, I'll go into the room. I'll go into the room that's closest to me.
Okay, you go into the room that's closest to you. So, Mustang, you went into the room opposite the horse, or did you go into a different room?
The room opposite to the horse. That room's got a horse in it. That's not the room for her. She's
That's not
whatever
the
the
room for
opposite
you.
of a horse girl is. She's a
Yeah,
girl
she's.
horse.
Oh no, it's like a centaur situation. Okay, so
Oh,
so Mustang moves into the room. That Elba has backed into this room as well, trying to get away from his doppelganger. So the two of you are in this room together. Giselle is following Zephyr because Zephyr is not going towards the Elba with the horse. And Giselle would like very much to stay far away. What are we doing? What's the plan? Why is there a horse in my house?
Good question. Ignore the horse if you can. Where's the book? We need to find the book.
It's in my bedroom.
Is that to the left or the right?
She points at the room the horse is standing partially in.
Of course.
The horse, of course.
And it's Cthulhu Dark, so there's no way I can fuck with that horse, of course. Unless, of course, the horse, of course, is kind of hungry. I'm going to go into the kitchen see if there's any carrots in the icebox.
Excellent. All right. So give me a human roll.
A nice 5.
5. Ooh.
Right.
So you find the You find some nice fresh carrots, some apples even
There we
in the
go.
kitchen. Uh, Giselle is not vegetarian, but she has a high vegetable diet, so she's got plenty of things in there. And you go out towards the horse, and it nuzzles you, and it starts eating the apple right away. And the other Elba just looks at you kind of curiously, and he says,
You know, I'm feeling a little bit hungry too.
"What do you do?"
I hand some of these vegetables and fruits to Giselle and say,
Hmm.
Giselle, feed this horse, but and try and get it out of the way.
All right. So you hand them to Giselle, and Giselle's just like slowly starts backing up, holding out the carrot. Uh, and she backs up, backs up. This is not normally what I do with vegetables.
You probably don't normally have a horse either. We're just dealing with what we have played out in front of us, Giselle. Let's go. We keep going. You're doing great. We're all doing great.
And the horse starts moving down the hallway. It takes a large crunch out of the carrot, and then it and Elba disappear. The other Elba.
Giselle, I can't believe that worked.
It's almost like you got a 5 on a roll, says a voice in the sky. No. So, and you can move into the bedroom area. You see there's a nice 4-poster bed. There is a dresser with a vanity mirror set up. There's a chair with like a couple bookcases, maybe like a little reading nook. It's a very well appointed, very tasteful room. Everything is what you'd expect from Giselle. And there's a couple wigs on stands off in the corner in front of an armoire. And there is on the ground a book. But sitting next to that book is Giselle. She's sitting with her legs crossed, her hands in her lap, her wig's askew. She's only got one set of false eyelashes on, half lips of lipstick. One side of her face is done, the other side is not. And she looks up at you and tilts her head and says, "You can't get away from them."
And I look behind me. Is the other Giselle also, or did she stay in the other room?
She's in the hallway where you told her to go with the horse.
Um, Mustang, Zephyr, um,
On my way.
help me with a lawyer in a bedroom. Happy Pride.
With the lead
Happy
pipe.
Pride.
Yeah, I come out of whatever room I'm in.
And she looks up at the three of you, and blood just starts trickling out of her mouth and out of her eyes and out of her ears. "You can't escape them. They're coming for you."
Can we shut the door at least? Maybe we can help someone else.
You broke the front door. Don't you remember, Elba?
I'm gonna
We
break them
can't.
all. I'm gonna break every single
I,
door. Zephyr.
I think you're all going to make me an insight roll before you do any of those things.
Mhm.
Well, luckily my insight's really high, so it'll be easy to roll a 2.
Excellent.
I got a
Mustang,
3.
3. Zephyr.
I got a 6, so my insight
Do
goes up to 5.
yes.
So what is your insight up to now? 5? 5. Okay. So this Giselle looks at you, specifically Zephyr, with the blood pouring out of her mouth. And she looks at you, and her eyes are black holes, as if they've been gouged out. And she says, "You will be shattered." And you make that second insight roll. Don't roll a 6.
Whew. Got a 4.
Okay, so you stay at 5. Remember, you can try to destroy evidence to try and reduce your insight now that you are at 5.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna grab that book and I am
Okay,
running to the bathroom.
okay. So Zephyr grabs the book before Elba and Mustang can react. Do you try to stop her as she runs away?
Mm, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, gonna try to stop her.
Okay.
At least like so where are you going? Standing in the way of the door.
Can I roll my human die to push her out of the way?
Yep. And Mustang, you can roll to is essentially stop her.
I got a 4.
I get a 1.
Okay, so Marcy is effectively blocking the hallway. Mustang is much bigger than you.
I have to get rid of this book. I have to get rid of this book. I have to get Marcy, we have to I start like opening the book and like ripping out the pages.
Do we just burn it then?
I'm with you. Yeah. We got to destroy it. It's nothing but trouble. We got to get rid of it.
All right. Let her go.
Yeah, I'm still running for the bathroom.
Okay, you've got this very, very old book, this leather tome in your arms, and you are running towards the bathroom.
Bathroom is full of very reflective surfaces, like probably a mirror. Seems like a terrible decision. Gonna run afterwards.
We gotta flush it down the toilet right now. Right now. Right now we gotta flush it. Don't you like hear it? You hear it coming? It's coming. We gotta flush it down the toilet.
Or we burn it in the bathtub.
Burn it in the yes, that too. We'll burn it in the bathtub. Once you get on over here and we can burn it in the bathtub.
You're done.
Did you say burn it
You're
in the
done.
bathtub, Zephyr? And I grab a can, shake. The rattle is going in the WD-40. Highly
Oh
flammable
no.
aerosol product. You should only operate it with proper ventilation and away from open flame. I'm muttering to myself as I stand ready to help with the burning of the
Mhm.
precious, rare
So
book.
pull out a
I,
lighter.
You hear Giselle scream.
I
Gonna
throw the
hand the
book.
lighter to Elba.
I throw the
I'm
book
gonna
in the
run off
bathtub.
towards Giselle.
Are you certified to operate that?
Oh, yeah. And I shake and I turn the lighter on and put it in there. And
All right.
I, just like all of Zephyr's more mischievous children, I make a flamethrower out of this aerosol product.
All right. Give me a human plus your profession roll.
And can I throw my insight in as well?
You absolutely can.
I want to make sure that this works. My insight is the red die. Just to make
Okay.
sure. For fuck's sake. Well, I got a I got a 3, a 2, and another 6 on this little bastard. 3, 2, and a 6.
The little motherfucker. Okay. So, so you get your impromptu flamethrower working. But as you go to set the book on fire, and you do start to set it on fire, it lights up. You start to see these strange angles forming in the flames, and something horrific and horrible is looking out at you through the flames, and you swear you hear something howling. Give me that insight roll. Don't roll a 6.
It's where I wish we had open table just for table dice rolls. I rolled a 5.
All right. So you rolled a 5, you stay at 5, but something is coming as the book burns. But with both of you working together to burn the book, you can both make me insight rolls to try and reduce your insight. Can you hear me?
I couldn't hear Zephyr.
Oh,
Maybe it was just me.
Said roll
oh,
to lower your
yes.
insight. Yeah,
Yep.
I got a 4.
Okay, so you go back down to 4.
I got a 4.
All right. So you feel this sense of calm coming over you as you've reduced your insight. You feel like maybe a sense of normality returning to the universe. Those lines sort of fade out of existence, Elba, but you can still hear that howling sound in the distance. Mustang, you were running back towards Giselle, right?
Mm-hmm.
You find Giselle in the living room. She must have ducked in there after dealing with the horse and everything. And there's now 4 of her, all of them in different dress, all of them in different makeup, all of them in different poses. One of them is screaming, one of them is crying, one of them is cowering. And then there's the one you think is the original Giselle based on how she's dressed, who's pulling up, scrambling against the corner. As you see in the reflective surface of a large painting covered in glass she has on the wall, these lines, these intersecting lines forming. And you hear a howling, sniffling, snuffling sound, and something is pushing its way through. And you make me an insight roll.
I'm also going to hit it with a tire iron. I got a 3.
All right. So you go to hit it with a tire iron. Let me remind you what happens when you fight the Mythos in Cthulhu Dark.
Oh, I don't expect this to go well at all.
It won't go well. Are you sure you still want to do it?
100%. What's the worst
Okay.
that could happen? She's got
You,
to protect her friend. It's pride,
it is
solidarity, or
pride,
something.
community. All right. You manage to just set aside in your brain the impossibility of what's happening, these lines in this painting and this indescribable shape that is pushing its way through the painting. You grab your tire iron and you rush up and you smash it through what you think is the head, you think, and there's a just overwhelming feeling of horror and darkness as something turns and looks you in the eyes. And you can't see the eyes, but you know you're being looked at. And then you hear a snarling sound, and then there's a horrific pain in your belly as something rakes across your gut and then shreds your face and then tears into you, and you are ripped apart, blood and gore and viscera flying all over the room as Giselle is screaming.
That's probably
What's,
bad for my health.
what's your last thought as you are ripped apart, Marcy?
Happy prides.
Elba and
Before trans
Zephyr,
lifeline.
I did say it was a horror game.
Mhm.
Elba and Zephyr, you hear Marcy screaming.
Marcy, Marcy, you okay in there? I go running out. Suddenly
Follow.
wearing a cowboy hat.
I follow with my flamethrower still in hand.
Okay, you follow with your flamethrower. You run into the room. You see these 4 Giselles, and they're all screaming now. all across the room. But you see the bloodied, shredded remains of Marcy still clutching onto the tire iron on the floor, and something is snuffling around her. Insight rolls.
5. I think
You're
Morgan
back
and
up
I
to
are
five.
both too expressive when we roll, so there's never any surprise what we roll.
I'm up to 5 again.
Okay, you're both at 5.
Easy come, easy go.
Well, you felt better for a little bit, but it makes sense that your insight would go up seeing the mutilated, ravaged, and shredded remains of your friend on the ground.
Oh, it's just a flesh wound.
It's only a flesh wound.
It's but a scratch.
We'll bite your leg off. And how do you react?
Screaming. Oh my god! Marcy! Whatever, I was gonna call you Giselle, but you're not. My heart, if I had less words for you, they would be to not die. I'm like curled up in the corner.
All right. So you curl up in the corner. This shadowy thing is now stalking towards the Giselles.
Is it can I tell which one is ours? Are they all,
Yes.
one dressed different? Like, one's dressed like our Giselle?
One's dressed like your Giselle, except she's wearing shoes. So you can tell the other one is your actual Giselle.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna run to Zephyr, come on! And I'm gonna run towards our Giselle, our barefoot Giselle, grab an arm, and try to run out the door. Back into the
Okay.
sunshine, back into the daylight, out of this horror. Plus, this
All
room
right.
is this carpet is soaking up this viscera, something awful.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get out of here.
It smells horrendous. And this thing is stalking towards you. And so you grab onto Giselle. Zephyr, do you help with this? Do you stay huddled up in the corner as you're screaming?
Yeah, yeah, I will get up and trip after Elba and Giselle as I'm heaving due to the smell in the room.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you grab your Giselle and head out the door, and you hear the other Giselle screaming as this thing jumps onto one of them. And there's a sound as one of them is being torn apart, blood and gore everywhere across the back of this room. But you make your way out, and I would like a human roll from both of you.
I got a 4.
Got a 4? Okay. You make your way outside carrying Giselle. The sun is bright. It's hot. It's very much at odds with what you've just seen inside. And there's a couple Elbas sitting out on the lawn, watching the house as it catches fire. You see the smoke rising towards the sky as the flames lick at the walls, break out the window. Do you stay and watch the house burn? Do you flee? What do you do?
Why are there so many of you, Elba? Yeah, I'm running the opposite direction of all of this mess, and you know,
And I'm
Giselle,
gonna
come.
follow you.
No,
If
you stay.
I already tried to make
Stay.
friends with myself, and it did not go well.
How do I know that's the real you're the real you and those guys aren't the one of those guys aren't the real you?
Come on, Zephyr, listen to my voice. I'm talking normal now.
Imposter, you could talk normal probably.
Possible.
The two Elbas look up at you and wave in unison with a creepy smile on their faces.
flip them both off as I am running down the street.
Mhm. You run down the street, Giselle stumbling along with you, sobbing. Cracks form in the world around you. The world shatters for a moment, and you run through the darkness as the world cracks and shatters and breaks and reforms. And as you run into the world, into the glass, into the world again, you know you're never going to actually get away from it. You can run, but you can't hide. You can't outlast this thing, whatever it is. And so you go through the world. You can never stay in one place for too long before those lines reappear. They're heralded by the shattering of the world. Every time the cracks form, you know you have to move on again before it comes. And you meet yourself, Elba, again and again. And Giselle, even when Giselle isn't with you, you find her. Zephyr, even when you're not around Elba, you find him. And you feel that thing nipping at your heels as you run. And you run into a fractured world. And that is where we will end this game. Thank you all for
Well,
playing. You are wonderful. Thank you all for donating and for listening along. So we played Cthulhu Dark, the title of which is Shattered. So thank you all. It's been absolutely wonderful. Thank you for helping us reach our goal for Trans Lifeline. This means a whole lot to me and I know to my cast as well. Uh, we really couldn't have done any of this without you, and we appreciate you so very much.
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of things of note. I would love the cast if they would just sort of go back through and reintroduce themselves here at the end of stream. Let us know what you do, where we can find you, etc. And then I have some closing announcements that I'll make afterwards.
So I have been your keeper and the author of this scenario, Keeper Rina. My pronouns are they, them. I am the head of Mythos for the Old Ways podcast, where I am a cast member on RuneQuest, Adventures in Dragon Pass, and in our oh, sorry, my brain is running out of words. And in our Cypher System campaign, Children of the Periphery. I'm also running the Trail of Cthulhu campaign, Silver Screams, set in 1930s Hollywood. Check that out. You can find all of my scenarios that I have published. I have 10 Call of Cthulhu scenarios out currently on Drive-Thru RPG, some of which can be found on this podcast. I am also currently selling my Friends of Dorothy 1980s LGBTQ scenario for half off, and I am donating all of the proceeds from sales of that in June to Trans Lifeline. So if you don't have any copies of Friends of Dorothy in print or in PDF, please do check that out and contribute to a good cause as well.
awesome. Thank you so much for running. I have been BunnyHearted, she and her, or they and them are cool for me. I'm a trans retro anime bunny world VTuber. I love to showcase indie games, tabletop games, and some VR stuff. You can find me at twitch.tv/BunnyHearted and occasionally over here, which I'm lucky enough to appear on sometimes. I have played a particularly determined pile of goo. And this was a blast. I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for running it. And I'm so stoked with what we were able to raise for trans. It means a lot to me. I mean, being a trans person, and also I think it's going to mean an awful lot to the people that we are enabling Trans Lifeline to support. So I want to say thank you.
I mean, I don't know how I can follow that up. However, I am Morgan, and I have played Zephyr Bloom this evening, kindergarten teacher. Um, and all, apparently I'm not, I like to yell at my kids, and I probably drink after out. I'm probably one of those kindergarten teachers that, really love kids and get on the floor and play with them and all that jazz. Anyways, our pronouns are she, her, and you can find me on the Old Ways podcast. I am also on the Children of the Periphery, our Cypher System game, and in RuneQuest, and a variety of other things, like streaming, Vampire Dark Ages and stuff like that. Um, this is great. I really love all the donating that happened. It was a lot of fun. This is a subject really close to my heart. I have two transgender kids. One's an adult and one is not. Yeah, so it's really important to me that we have resources available for our transgender community as a whole, because not everybody has people that are supportive of them. But if you find people in your life that are not supportive of you, I will be your mom or sister or aunt or whatever you need. Just let me know. So, love to you all. And yeah, thanks so much for having me on.
Thanks a lot for letting me follow that up, Morgan. I'm Nate, your friend Nate, on the Discords. I'm Elliot Winters on the Old Ways podcast playthrough of Impossible Landscapes, which is outstanding and fun. And a couple of us are streaming next week as well. So there'll be another Old Ways live stream to check out, another beautiful organization that we are doing some games for. In July, we'll be doing, I'll be running I don't think this has been announced, so I can't say much, but be running a interesting improv game for another network that I will be blasting out on all the self-promotion channels as one does when these things comes out, and then you like go through and you've got all these new messages and all the discords, and it's the same one from the same you know how this works. So that'll be me when that comes out and is ready to be announced. I'm very excited about that. Thank you, Rina, for running this, and this was lovely. Thank you for allowing me to be on your cast. It was very fun to play again with you, Morgan and Mike, and very nice to meet you, Mustang Bunny. And I hope to see all of you very soon in this weird little space that we reside on in the internet.
Thanks, everybody. And thanks, Nate. I appreciate it. As Nate mentioned, so a couple of the announcements. We are going to be right back here next week, raising money for Lupus Foundation of America. It's a charity portion that we're doing part on the stream. And then there is a entire team of people who are going to be doing the virtual 6 miles in 6 days challenge, which starts next week. There'll be a link I'll try to drop a link in chat before we dive out of here. I'm sure I can do that. So thanks everybody who donated pre-stream and during stream. You all made it so amazing. And a huge thank you to the cast and keeper for playing along with all of the different changes that were going on. The other thing that I feel like it's good to announce here, because it has to do with the Trans Lifeline charity stream. As was mentioned near the top of the show, a friend of the show and amazing person, Arcu Stefan, decided to pick one of the next games that the show plays. And so I feel it's reasonable to mention that he's picked Delta Green. And so I will be running with a cast I will gather. I will be running a Delta Green game, quite possibly here on stream for everyone, because who wouldn't like to see the handler and cast get together here and do something fun? And so we'll all have an enjoyable slow fall down the stairs into madness together. And so in closing, I will say, be good to each other, because sometimes each other is all we have. And it's really important, especially now in the times that we're in, that the community comes together and protects the community first. And that's what this show is going to continue to do. So on that, I will say good night and good luck to all of you.